Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and starting today on the daily chart for the bullish scenario. Since everyone thinks we are in a bullish trend right now, we have triple 1-2s and then 3 4 5 4 and a 5. You finished a W X Y X and a Z, and this Z has finished, of course, in this low actually, to finish a wave 4 in the yellow here. And this wave 4 is, of course, the 1 2 3 4 and a 5. As you can see, we have a problem with this wave 4, that it has landed after the 5 times for the wave 2. And that means, of course, this is a very long time based on the wave 2 time here taken. And over this, of course, my problem with this scenario is that, we have broken the channels. I mean, if you remember the channeling taken, of course, from this bull trend, we have already broken the acceleration channel and broken the base channel again. And we dive very deep in the base channel again. Now, what we would like to see, of course, is that the price action hit the base channel top again, and then, of course, break it and enter, of course, the acceleration channel to finish a wave 5. And this, of course, a scenario that I don't really see it working 100%, and therefore the chances for it are still, of course, low, and especially that we did not, of course, hit even at least the minimum target for a wave 3, which is 1.618. And of course, until we break the 1-to-1 fib level for a zigzag, I cannot consider like with high possibility for this scenario, of course. Now, also another reason for this, of course, if you are in a 1-2 here, we are definitely looking at a sideways triangle, which a wave 2 is not allowed to be a triangle. And therefore, of course, we have much higher possibility here as a wave B rather than a wave 2, meaning ABC zigzag toward the upside. And this brings us, of course, to the bearish market again, guys. And we don't have to forget that we are also in a bear market, and that the trend can continue at any time, of course, especially when you are in a corrective wave and you see very, very fast and high pumps like this. Be careful with it. Of course, it might be a turnover at any time for the market, and continuation, of course, for the bearish trend, right? And what we are looking at here, of course, after finishing a wave 1 here, potentially we have topped in double 1 2 3 4 3 4 and a 5 4 and a 5, and we are looking, of course, for a wave A and then a wave B and a wave C towards the downside potentially. Of course, this is the main idea of this move towards the upside, is your wave B to be finished here, and potentially look, it can finish, of course, a wave A lower, and that because if it unfolds a very fast impulse towards the downside for the wave C, this might, of course, unfold a major wave A. It might shift our major wave A from there to here. Yeah? So this might be, of course, a scenario. If we have, of course, bottomed also a wave A in this area, and we unfold, of course, these 3 corrective waves as a zigzag, you might get, of course, 3 corrective wave again, and this 3 corrective wave can unfold different scenarios again for a wave B. Yeah, and that means, of course, it can be an impulse for a flat for a wave B. It can be 3 corrective waves again for a wave D, and then in a wave E, and then moving towards the downside, of course, finishing a triangle here, right? Moving impulsively toward the downside. Another scenario, which is a main scenario where your wave A, of course, might have bottomed at this area, and we are looking here to a potential finished wave B. And that means, of course, you finished here as WX and a Y. You finished even another ABC or WX and a Y in this area for a wave B, because I doubt that this is going to end up even as a wave C, because 1 2 3 4 and a 5 is a little bit hard to get here after this wave B triangular shape. And therefore, I believe that this is gonna be an ABC, of course, for an X, and then moving toward the downside for a wave C. And this again will bring us for a shifted, wave A, of course, towards the downside, main wave A again. And we might still hit, of course, those fib level taken, of course, for where the wave B will land, by the way. Where the wave B top will land, of course, these fib levels will be adjusted based on it. So yeah, we might hit directly a 64K, of course, from there, from this top, which it might, of course, unfold a very fast wave C impulse towards the downside at any time, guys. Because if this was enough for a 3 corrective wave, and especially because it is sharp and very fast, yeah, it might be a very, very retaliation, of course, for the bears here, and moving toward the downside very fast and massively, of course, to reach the 64K 470. We saw such scenarios before in Bitcoin, so be careful with it, of course, especially when you are in bear markets and corrections. Yeah, so be careful with it. We might see, of course, this one more time again. Yep, so these are the scenarios in a bigger view, of course. I hope that it is clearer a little bit when we take a look on a bigger view also. Now, inside the 1 hour chart here, what we are looking at is the following scenario. We are in ABC. This wave C, of course, is still unfolding. We are in a wave 3, not finished yet, because your wave 3 is double 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 4, and a 5. So one more leg for a wave 5, even to finish a wave 3, even knowing that we hit the 1.618. Now we're gonna see, of course, some retracement, but the structure is not finished yet. Yeah, so I even suggest that this move might see a little bit even higher than the 1-to-1 fib level, a little bit higher. It might overshoot. And we might see, of course, a 4 and a 5. Don't forget, a wave C in a zigzag even can be overshooting the 1-to-1 fib level, but of course, I mean, higher potential that this can be a wave C if it stays, of course, under the 1-to-1 fib level. Now, if it overshoot, it can be, of course, a wave C, which is, of course, a higher potential scenario. And even if it overshoots, so I believe still that it has higher potential to be a wave C, this will give much more reason psychologically to, of course, move very fast toward the downside after this. So be careful with it again, guys. I'm not bearish. I'm not saying that you have to be bearish, guys. What I'm saying is, don't forget that we are in a bear market. This is what I'm saying. Of course, don't take it that I am bearish or giving you a financial advice here. But of course, it can move up and up, and I'm saying this very clearly. So it can move up, but I'm still, of course, looking for a massive move towards downside to continue the bear market, because this is the direction of the market at the end. That was it for Bitcoin, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.